FreeSpace family, I'm Kylie Jean, and I'm hanging out here today with Vitor Belfort. Vitor, thank you so much for your time today.
It's an honor and a pleasure to be here in FreeSpace.
It is our honor and our pleasure, and what we absolutely love about you at FreeSpace is that you are a very values-driven man. And you can see that when you're in the ring, and you can see it outside of the ring.
If you don't have value, it's like you're a seed that has beautiful tree, but you don't have fruit. So I always tell my kids, you don't judge a tree how beautiful. It's the fruit they produce. It's not how beautiful and how good you look in the outside. My nutritionist says, how is your inside? How is your digestion system?
We just so love to capitalize on positivity, fighting for human rights and trafficking, and then we absolutely love to make a stance for positivity, which is something we don't see often in this world.
Yeah, and one thing people got to understand is like when we're talking about human trafficking, sex trafficking, now it's very vocal. Everybody knows. We know that a lot of people are trying to shut down because a lot of people are involved, but it's so simple. If we want to stop with sex trafficking, and maybe for you don't understand, it's just if you do one thing, you can literally stop. Call the consumers. If you want to stop the demand, just stop consuming. Pornography is the trigger of sex trafficking. And what is pornography? Pornography has many ways of doing pornography. You have explicit pornography, but you have the no one start with a cocaine. You start with a little thing, and then advance in heavy drugs. Am I right?
Yeah.
So same thing with eating habits. You don't start becoming a addict with sugar. You're starting eating a little bit of sugar, and then you go, and then you do it, and then when you see, you just develop the habit. Your stomach is too big. Now you have to go to a surgery. So something with human trafficking, sex trafficking, for you, if you don't know, now you know. If you go into a strip club, if you consume any type of film or content, you are literally investing, sponsoring these kids that are being selling into sex trafficking by 12 years old, 11 years old. Sometimes you can see babies being abused and they trade image. It's so ridiculous, and that you don't have an idea what we have been exposed and understanding how it works. But it's just simple. If I stop consuming pornography, I'm helping. We don't need your money. We just need you to understand that if you have kids, if you care about our kids, you just stop pornography. It's just kind of look for help. I know sometimes can be just addiction as a drug. If you have pornography addiction, you find help. I encourage people. No one is perfect. I'm not here to judge, but I'm here to open your eyes and showing where we are going and how can we stop.
So not only are you fighting against human trafficking, you fight in the ring as your occupation, but you're also a father. You're a husband. How do you take those positive values within the home and you translate them to your kids? You're thinking multi-generationally.
It's just to understand, it's like another day my dad turned 80 years old, and I was trying to make him understand. He say, man, just post on your Instagram that I'm 60. I say, what a shame, Dad. You should ask me to post that you're 100. And I say, okay, Dad, let me do me a favor. How many years more do you think you're going to live? I say, be honest with me. He said, 15. So in 15 years, you're gone. How you want to be remembered? A 60-year-old man, or you want to be remembered forever? What you can do today that you can impact the generations of my kids. Do you think my kids care if you're 60 or 80? Or you're doing this just for the ladies? And the problem with men, it's different than women. Women are much better. They accept age much better. They don't have, I'm this. And men are so stupid. That's the word. And who cares if you're 80, if you're 90, but like thinking about the most important thing for a man is what legacy he goes when he go, because legacy is nothing to do with your investment. Legacy, what you leave for the next generation. And looking to the aspect of legacy in the sport, but you have legacy for humans. And Nelson Mandela, you're thinking about these guys, they die, but they still living. Bob Marley, so many, Jesus Christ, Buddha, Gandhi, so many guys, great guys in different religion. They leave a legacy that people don't know. we never met these people, but they married Mother Teresa. So many people, they are not here, but they're still living through their teaching, through their books. It's very important. It's not about how much money you have, you live, and how much. So legacy for me is much more the value of being there when nobody sees. It's not about your money, it's about your time. It's not about how big is your yacht. It's how you can handle your kids, how can you discipline your kids. It's so many variables around. So for me, family, it's the beginning of creation. If you cannot honor your parents, you cannot honor anything. So it's like, I know some kids, they raised with no parents, and they suffer because it's a very hard life. But I mean, they got to be better than their parents, and they have the choice to become a great parents. There is no choice to become just worse or the same. So I think we need to fix the world better. I think we are living more years, but I think mentally the humans are very shrink their minds, and they're just not living a good life. So hopefully people can free space their mind and download some good content and become better.
And have a great place to hold conversations. Disagreement doesn't equal hate.
Nope. Yeah,
and
you're right.
There's a difference between hate speech and hated speech. And I love the point that you brought up, that you said what you do today makes a difference into tomorrow. And it's that legacy mindset. And at FreeSpace, we want to cultivate an era where people can create that mindset that is thinking for the generations, where we can go ahead and see somebody and we have our value reinforcement system so that we can give them rewards for living a life of good values and sharing that and encouraging one another. Make
beauty. I always say, what is beauty? When you admire something, when we say beauty, people think about body, butt, nice this, nice arm, nice legs. I think beauty is inside. You see so many people with beauty that is indescribable. Like people, they don't have legs, but they're beautiful. Mm-hmm. People they cannot see, but they're beautiful. They see so much more than people that have eyes. I had a uncle that was blind, and he can see so much. He's not here with me anymore. And people, they cannot hear, but they can hear the beautiful music, because people, they cannot speak, but they speak louder than words. And I think it's all about what you have inside. And I think what we are going through a generation right now, they don't understand how to express love because they're not being loved. So the answer for all of this is love. Mm-hmm. You can only love your neighbor if you learn how to love yourself. And I think people, they don't love themselves anymore. They're beautiful on the outside, but they feel horrible on the inside. And a lot of models, a lot of superstars, athletes, that's why they need more girls. That's why they need more drugs. That's why they need more drinking. So I encourage people to start to get to know you. There's a big difference between solitude and being lonely. Solitude is a very, very important training to do it, to be by yourself, to embrace you, to love you, to care about you. Because you can only care about your kids if you can only give to your kids what you give to you.
Yeah, that's so good. Yeah. We live in a society that has really made emotions our God. And so it's really learning where the pendulum has swung in culture, and it's capitalized on emotions on everything, and it's tilted the conversations of things. But one last thing, could you just look in the camera, look at our viewers here at FreeSpace, and give them one last encouraging word to end the day?
So you are here in FreeSpace. I just love the name FreeSpace. I think you have to free some space in your mind, in your emotions. And like I said, my son plays football. He plays an emotion game, an emotion. I'm fighting. Everybody on 9/11 is going to be emotion, but I have to be in emotion. I got to just go through my reads and let my instinct survive and live fully to the fullest. So my advice for you free some room in your heart. If you have any type of regret, make regrets a repentment. Don't let that thing just damage you and beat you up. Don't go and hang yourself like Judas, Go and be like Peter. Forgive yourself for you betrayed Jesus. So that's what Peter did. So I think we have to be able to forgive ourselves and to love ourselves, because doing that, you'll be able to love others around you. You'll be able to build a beautiful family. You'll be able to build a better tomorrow. And it doesn't matter how you feel today. You can turn your negative into positive, but it's your choice. You got that power. Make the right one.
You heard it. You got the power. Make the right choice. Thank you so much for your time
You're
today.
welcome.
We are so honored to partner with you, and we're really excited. Make sure you guys tune in September 11th and watch this guy absolutely dominate.